The other day, I was sitting in the sun, I was listening to a little bit of music, and I was just reflecting on the last 18 months, really, and just writing down a few of the thoughts that I was thinking at that time. So this is what I wrote down. I actually posted this on a story, and a few people reached out afterwards and said, I needed to hear that today, bro. I thought I'd share it and kind of give a little bit of context around why I was thinking these things and what it means to me, and potentially how you can take some of these kind of mindset shifts, different ways of thinking, and then sort of apply them to whatever it is you're doing at the moment. So what I wrote down was, and I believe the first bit is from a Buddhist mantra that was kind of rolling around my head somewhere. So if you're facing in the right direction, keep walking. When the time comes, the answers will be there. Worry, struggle, and striving are needless. Trust in yourself. Everything you need is right in front of you. That all sounds very nice and maybe something you'd see on a white girl's wall. But one of the things that I've come to realize over the last 18 months is you don't have to know everything right now. You just have to take some sort of action right now. As long as you're taking actions that are moving you towards where you want to get to, you're winning. You just have to keep going, okay? The only way you fail is if you quit. So you just have to keep walking. So you just need to make sure that you're facing in the right direction, okay? So whatever you want to achieve, just keep working at it. Just keep working at it and don't stop. It's kind of it. Like, there's no real trick to things. It's just kind of, you have to have that belief that, well, it is going to work out. You're not going to know all the answers yet. When I started everything I'm doing, I had to learn a lot. I wasn't quite sure how certain things would work. I wasn't sure how I'd manage a team. I wasn't sure how I'd manage other people. I've had to learn a lot. There's roles, there's words, there's frameworks I didn't even know existed. But I didn't need to know that they existed to take that first action. And after I took that first action, that opened one door, and then there was another door, another step to take, another door to open, another step to take, another door to open. So part of this says, if you're facing in the right direction, keep walking. Now, how do you know if you're facing in the right direction? So I'm very big on having a very, very clear vision for what you want to create in your life. But there's a kind of a layer deeper to that. There's kind of also another layer to that. If your vision is just to, we can kind of imagine whatever we want, but I think it's really interesting to think about, where does that vision come from? And I do find when your vision comes from a place of service and from a place of wanting to help others, that it's a vision that will come true. It will happen. If it's a selfish vision, if the intention is a selfish one, I don't know, I feel like there's some resistance out there. So I think as long as the vision comes from a place of wanting to serve others and wanting to make the world a better place, wanting to help other people do whatever it is, I feel like as long as you keep taking actions towards it, you will get there. You just have to keep taking the actions. And that's what I've come to realize, is you don't need to have the answers right now. You really don't need to have the answers right now. You just need to figure out what the next step is, and then you need to take it. That's it. Figure out what the next step is, take the next step. Then when you're there, figure out what the next step is from there, and take that. And just try something, okay? Just try something, just start. Just start. It's funny how when you do that people, circumstances, situations, just the right person comes into your life at a specific time with the answer that you needed in a subtle way. It's something that keeps happening. Now, one of my favorite quotes, and it's something that I've committed to memory, is advance confidently in the direction of your own dreams and endeavor to live the life in which you have imagined, and you will be met with the success unexpected in common hours. And I have found that, I first heard this maybe 18 months ago, and I have found that to be nothing but true. Literally nothing but true. When you advance confidently, when you are bold, when you take action in the direction of your dreams, whatever that looks like for you, the details just kind of take care of themselves. The details just kind of take care of themselves. So I don't know, maybe some of you have some understanding, some knowledge with certain, maybe even religions or spiritual texts, whatever, that you could link back to that. But it's something that I found very much to be true. So kind of what I wanted to encourage you, whatever that thing is that you feel inspired to do. Now, the word inspired comes from in spirit, inspired. So when we're inspired, that comes from in spirit. That comes from somewhere higher. If you're feeling inspired, there's a reason that you're feeling inspired. So when you're feeling inspired, take action. Whenever you feel inspired, take action in that direction, even if you only know what the first step is. Even if you only know what the first step is, and then afterwards you feel lost and confused. Because you won't know until you get there. And the next step will become clear. The answers will meet you there. The answers will meet you there. I've also found the times over the last 18 months that have been more difficult are the times when I've been worrying and I've been putting pressure on particular outcomes, when I've been not focusing on just what is the next step, but I've been focusing on wanting to hit a financial goal immediately, now, today. But then when I take that pressure off again, I just focus on what I'm doing, I focus on serving, I focus on helping my clients, I focus on helping people, things just sort of start unfolding, and then suddenly I realize I've hit the financial goal. And I didn't even mean to. As soon as the pressure came off, the details just took care of themselves. So, like I said, what I really, really want to encourage you is when you feel inspired, that means something. Just take action in that direction. Just take action. Do not worry if you don't have all of the answers yet. You're not supposed to, okay? The path we end up taking towards a destination is never the one that we plan. We will get to that destination. If we keep taking action, you will get to that destination. But the path you take is rarely ever the one that you would plan. So I just kind of wanted to share that. And my background, 18 months, over 2 years ago now, I was in a 9 to 5 that was really draining my energy. I wasn't feeling like I was being myself. I wasn't really feeling like I was living. I took on a lot of different projects, a lot of different roles. My mind was all over the place. I was in relationships that were taking a lot of my energy. I was in a place that I just didn't enjoy being in. I took a big risk, and what I did was I handed in my notice to what many people would consider a very, very good job with lots of opportunities and a real career that you can do very, very well in. But taking that risk was the best thing I ever did. People looked at me and thought I was mad. People literally said to me, like people who were close to me at the time literally said, it's a pie in the sky dream, what you're doing, it's ridiculous. They were projecting their own limiting beliefs onto me because they were too scared to take action. But taking that action, set an intention and set a series of events in motion that have panned out better than I could have ever imagined. Now, I'm still just beginning my journey and I'm enjoying every moment of kind of where I've got to so far. And yeah, I just encourage you to do the same. Whatever that risk is, whatever that inspired action is that you feel called to take it. Just take the leap of faith, okay? It's not a leap of faith unless there's some risk, okay? But if you have faith and you feel inspired and it feels like the thing that is your calling, you should do it. You should do it, and you will be amazed and surprised how the details take care of themselves and how you are guided and looked after and the right people come into your life. And it's very, very special. I've made, probably over the last few months, some of the best friends I've ever made and connected with people more deeply than I've ever connected with, and been able to serve people more deeply than I've ever been able to serve people before. I've been able to provide more value for people than I've ever been able to provide before. And I'm able to dedicate 100% of my attention to people I really care about and people I want to see thrive. I've been able to dedicate an awful lot of my attention to myself, to my body, to my health, being clear and being healthy and looking after myself. When you look after yourself, you're able to look after others. You cannot give to others that which you have not already given to yourself. So it's really, really important to look after yourself. But if you're in a job that is causing you to be depressed, if you're around people who are bringing you down, you being at a low vibration, you not living up to your full potential is actually meaning that we all miss out. We literally all miss out. If you're not living at your full potential, you're not going to, those micro interactions that you have throughout the day with someone at a coffee shop, those micro interactions that you have with someone you pass in the street, if you've had a shit day and you're operating, in a semi-depressed state, you're not going to be able to show up in the world as well as you could. And when you're not showing up in the world as well as you can, you're not serving people as well as you can. And when you serve people, when we give, things come back to us. And that's not why we give. But when you are able to serve and when you do give, opportunities just arise and doors open that we'd never expected. Now, one of the things, a commitment that I made to myself, and I put all my clients through this as well, once a day, without telling anyone what it is, go out of your way to try and do something for someone, to try and serve someone, one act of service. Go out of your way to do something for someone else. Now, it doesn't have to be that you send them a load of money. This doesn't have to be that you dedicate 6 hours of your time. Literally something as simple as messaging someone you haven't spoken to in a while and wishing them well. Something as simple as holding a shopping bag for someone, helping someone across the street, the classic. It can be anything. It doesn't matter how small it is or how big it is. It's all an act of service. And it's interesting, when you serve, I kind of feel like this is linked to the energy of abundance, because when you're serving, you're not looking out for yourself, you're not trying to get, you're not trying to obtain, you're just giving, you're giving out. And when you're giving, you become attractive, you draw people to you because you're giving out value, you're becoming valuable. So yeah, if you're facing in the right direction, keep walking. When the time comes, the answers will be there. Worry, struggle, and striving are needless. Trust in yourself. Trust in the intelligence that brought you here. Everything you need is right in front of you. You came from greatness, so you must be like what you came from. Never abandon your belief in greatness or the greatness of others. So, hope you're taking something from that, and wherever you are, have an amazing day, and I'll catch up with you soon.